sometimes the only way to go about doing the work is get fucking raw and get fucking intense. Get angry and aggressive and make it fucking happen for yourself. You start today. I don't care when your life clock started ticking. You can start fucking right now today. If it's 4:15 a.m. in my world, and you're on the East Coast and it's 6:15 a.m. and you're already up and you're already dragging ass, by 6:16, you can change your fucking perspective of the world and of your life. My advice, fucking do it. Do it. Fucking do it. Dig fucking deep and get it done. Do the work of your life.
Stand up. We're about to do it again. Every year is my fucking year. Waiting on that morning sun. If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. You're looking at the camera! You're looking at the camera! A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality. I'll be saying about the talk and I talk and I talk and I talk, but guess fucking what? I back it up! I back it up! I back it up! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! It's time to get excited because football season is here. Yes! It pleases Alpha 3 to know that the Department of Corrections, New Jersey Department of Corrections, is starting to make their presence known to that goofy, socialist, Nazi, Gestapo Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey, because they're going to have a protest. I believe it's on the 12th. But if Alpha 3 was running it, if Alpha 3 was organizing this, it would be on November 11th. Or November 10th. Or both. Like November 10th and November 11th. Calm down, McGregor. Because that is the ideal time. First of all, November 10th is the Marine Corps birthday. So you're going to have a bunch of drunk Marines out of their fucking mind doing all kinds of crazy shit. Right? But then November 11th, I believe that's Veterans Day. If not, whenever Veterans Day is, that's when you need to have this fucking this show of force to show that goofy Governor Murphy and those cunts downtown the dismay, that the unpleasant attitude you have towards their ideals, this liberal Democrat, this shit Democrat ideal that they're trying to enforce on the people. That's when you do it. But the other thing is that they're not asking for enough. PBA 105, whoever's organizing this, the supervisors union, whoever, you're not asking for enough. It's more than just it's more than just Governor Murphy raising your contributions and trying to take your medical benefits away from you. Because I remember when I first became an officer in the New Jersey Department of Corrections, he didn't have to pay shit for medical services. showed up, you were sick, you were hurt, you showed up, and they took care of you. Now you got to pay $150 just to go to the emergency room. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine at work getting smashed over the head by an inmate and then only to go to the emergency room and worry about how you're going to come up with $150 to pay the copay? But you're not asking for enough. All right, first of all, the North and South compound in the New Jersey State Prison, and I know there's more, but specifically in the New Jersey State Prison, the North and South compound use recycled air. So that's a problem. So unless they're changing their filters out quarterly, it's not good enough. All right. The West compound's good to go because at least they can open up the windows and get fresh air in there. So that's one. You gotta get on his balls, crush his balls about getting fresh air in these prisons. Number two, better food. All right, because the food, as we said, grade E, F, and G, it's not good enough. You have to get grade A, grade AA, whatever the grades are, the best quality food in the prisons. All right, so you gotta demand that. You don't request it, you demand it. Better food. When I worked for Connecticut in the Department of Corrections in Connecticut, you weren't allowed to eat the inmates' food because one of the inmates shit in the spaghetti meat sauce and got everybody sick. And I guarantee you that's what's going on in New Jersey. So you got to demand that no longer will inmates feed the officers. All right? That's just a tipping point, right? Better air quality, better food. All right? And then maybe like once a year have a week where the inmates can lock their punk asses in because they don't need to have 3 hours of recreation. They don't need 2 hours of religious services, or they don't need an hour of their family coming to visit them. They don't need that shit. For at least 1 week a year, you have a mental health and physical health stand down where for every day you have classes where you can learn about mental health. You have classes where they teach you how to eat better. And then the last day of this stand down, right, you have like a gathering on each shift where they can have like a motivational run where they can run like a quarter mile at least. Like if you were asking Alpha 3, I would make it 15 miles. But since everyone out there is not like Alpha 3, you have to dumb it down and cheese it down to like a half a mile. You go on a half a mile run to get the heart rate going, to get your cardiovascular system going. That's what you do, right? So that's how you do it. You demand all these things and you keep the party going until you get what you want. That's how you do it. I mean, SEPTA does it in Philadelphia. They go on strike all the time until they get what they want. So do it. Now, here's the second thing that Alpha 3 is going to cover, which is the disgusting and the disgraceful commissioner of Ballz Deep Fantasy Football League. He did it again. He screwed us over again. I knew it was going to happen. I called it. I said it was going to happen, and it happened. This guy is clearly the cheesiest, most worst commissioner in fantasy football. Hands down. There is nobody watching this right now that can comment on my page and tell me they got a worse commissioner than the Ballz Deep Fantasy Football League commissioner. This guy has been going 25 years of having the number one fucking draft choice. And before the champion, I already told you before, the champion had to overcome all his cheating, all his sneakiest Serbian Jew double bluff schemes to try to stop Alpha 3 and kiss my rosy jackass's team from winning a championship. And now he's trying to do it. He's starting off fresh. He's starting off before the season even starts to try to stop Alpha 3 and his Kiss My Rosie jackass team from being two-time double champ in his league. He's doing everything he can to stop me. And it ain't gonna happen no matter what he does. First he does is he said all off season that no matter what, because I called him out. I called his bullshit out between changing the playoff brackets, between auto drafting 2 kickers in the 9th and 10th round, between trying to get the first pick every year for 25 years straight and doing all this sneaky Serbian double bluff Jew shit, alright, to stop Alpha 3 and Kiss My Rosie jackass from winning the title. He did it all, right? But I have overcome, Alpha 3 has overcome it all, alright? And now he's trying to do it again by having the #1 pick. He tried to sell us a fantasy about how he was doing everything in his power to prevent himself to becoming the #1 pick. But of course it happened. And then he tried to feed us all these lies and bullshit about how he wasn't going to pick the projected players according to ESPN picks, that he wasn't going to take those, that he was going to take the #3, which is Cooper Kupp, which is the #1 earner from last year. We see this. We see through your shenanigans and your bullshit, Commissioner. But I have news for you, because Cooper Kupp, I know from a higher source, because I talk to 12th and 11th and 13th dimensional beings, that Cooper Kupp is going to tear one of his ligaments this year. As a matter of fact, he probably knows that you drafted him in your team, and he's going to purposely go out and tear his shit up just so he doesn't have to play for you. So because the commissioner wants to be so sneaky and try to act like the bigger man, because I gave the solution, Alpha 3 gave the solution. I told the commissioner, if you are true to your word, if you're going to be an honest man, then you should pick the 10th and the 11th projected player. All right, don't pick anybody in the top 9. But of course, he's sneaky. He's deviant. He is a distasteful commissioner. But it just doesn't matter, because it is already written in Alpha 3's timeline that he will be 2-time fantasy football champion. That's whether you like it or whether you don't like it, Commissioner. That segment was kind of insane, was it not? The proper number 12 has gotten deep into the DNA of Alpha 3. Yeah, you can believe that. And there's nothing a goddamn thing you can do about it downtown, you fucking cunts. Or you, Phil Murphy, you cunts. Alright? You and your cronies. Alright? Anyway, Eagle Talk. I'll get to Eagle Talk on Saturday night. So if you came here for Eagle Talk, I hope at least the first 13 minutes of this stupid ass fucking video entertained you, because there will be no Eagle Talk until Saturday morning. But what I will tell you this is, the Megamind has completely penetrated the butt cheeks of the NFL, specifically the New Orleans Saints, the East Rutherford Giants, the Arlington Cowboys, and the I don't even know what to call them anymore, the Maryland, Virginia, USC, Trojan, trashy ass distasteful, corny ass commanders. Yes. Anyway, Alpha 3 is out. Alpha 3 is out. Be blessed. Send it.